Hello everyone, how are you doing? This is MD Tech here with another quick tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing how to launch a clean boot on Windows 10. This tutorial will apply for earlier versions of Windows, but I'm running on a Windows 10 computer, so I just want everyone to be clear of that. So clean booting is especially useful if you're looking to determine software conflicts or problems you may be having with certain updates or programs within your Windows computer. So this is accomplished by running a very minimal set of programs when you turn on your computer. So it should be used more as a troubleshooting platform to try and figure out what your issue is than an everyday computer environment. So in this tutorial I'll be showing how to get into the clean boot settings. So we're going to start by heading over to our start button and right clicking on it. And I should point out that you have to be an administrator or have an administrator privileges in order to do what we're about to do. So with that out of the way, we want to left click on run, and now we want to type in msconfig and then hit enter on your keyboard or left click on OK. Underneath the system configuration, you want to uncheck load startup items. The only thing that should be checked under here is load system services. And this other option that says use original boot configuration, that'll be checkmarked, but it'll be grayed out, so you can leave that alone. Now you want to head up to the services tab and you want to check the hide all Microsoft services box. You want to left click on hide all Microsoft services, and now you want to click on disable all. This will disable all non-Microsoft services. Now you want to tap on the startup section at the top, and then you want to left click on open task manager. You want to left click on each startup item here and left click on disable. So in my case I only have two. And then you can close out of here. Then click apply and OK. You might receive a system configuration notice telling you to restart your computer in order to apply these changes. What you want to do is left click on restart. Okay, so once your computer is restarted, I would recommend trying to see if you had an error with a program beforehand. Try running that program again to see if it worked. If you had a problem with an update, see if you can uninstall that update and see if it would work, if your problem would be resolved. If not, we could go back into msconfig. So if we right click on the start button and then click on run, msconfig. If we went underneath the services tab and then we hide all Microsoft services, start check marking certain services and go down the list and then restart the computer and see if your issue has been resolved. And then you can narrow it down based upon that if you believe it's a service that's causing this error. And then underneath the startup tab, if we go back on task manager, and then try doing the same thing with the startup programs and see if one of them is causing the issue, because basically all non-Microsoft services have been disabled, and we have disabled our startup entries that are not critical to Windows booting up. So then at that point you would try and see if you could resolve the issue that way. So hopefully once you finish resolving your issue, if you can, what you want to do is we will have to go in reverse and undo what we did to disable everything and put it in a clean boot state. So that would mean re-enabling all the items in Task Manager that we disabled. If you already had some disabled beforehand, you don't have to re-enable them. And then at that point, you close out Task Manager. If we went back into Services, and if we had all Microsoft services hidden, we could re-enable all of them at the point in which we realized that none of these services were causing our error. And then if we went underneath the General tab, we would select Normal Startup. And then we would click Apply and OK. I'm just going to exit without restart for the moment here, but I recommend that you do so. So once you make sure all your services are re-enabled, your startup items are enabled as well, you should be good to go. Hopefully in the meanwhile, in between, you can find out exactly what program is causing it, and by reducing the number of possibilities one at a time, hopefully you should be able to figure out what is causing a conflict on your computer. So I know this tutorial was kind of generic, but there could be a lot of reasons why you'd want to run a clean boot, so I really don't want to go to any one specific path, but I know a lot of errors that could be caused by something like Windows Update, or new drivers, or programs that you just installed, or something that is conflicting that just appeared out of nowhere. There usually is some way to trace it, and people normally have some sort of idea as to what caused it. So I hope this tutorial helped you guys out, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.